Hello everybody and welcome. Zanzender with more Let's Poke It. Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior Monsters for Game Boy, the first one that ever came out. Now, I did synth two things off camera. I didn't think it mattered much. My Floor J with my Man-Eater chest, or Mimic, and another one, I can't quite remember. The other two that were just erroneous, I wasn't going to do anything with. I did get one more Wing Slime and an Evil Beast. The Wing Slime I can actually use with something later. Yeah, I could make another Renard if I want to, but I'm not going to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to breed that right now. You see, the thing about a Skullgon is that there are many creatures that you can synth with it to get itself just at a higher plus. Right now it's a +3. So what you can do, I don't have any big plans for him, because he's kind of a dead end. He only gives you one other thing, and it's really difficult to do anything with these creatures. But he's a +5, and my Skullgon is a +3. Pretty high level though, so that's always useful. And if I take him with the Skullgon, and because I need the Skullgon, I will get a Skullgon +6 instead of a Skullgon +3. So, and the Skullgon's only going to be used with the Spot King anyway. So, yes, you can record that joyous event. And Skullgons level up rapidly, just so you know. It didn't take long at all to get him to level 18. In the time it took, like, that Renard right there to get to, like, 14 or something. And now I have an egg. I gotta make sure the gender is appropriate. Because... no, I don't want to hatch it. Hatch it. Double play on words. I have to make sure my Spot Slime, the gender again, Slime... Spot King, should be SK. Info. Yeah, he's a male. I gotta make sure my new Skullgon is female. The reason also behind that is when I get my White King with that, I still have my Archdemon, and I still have my King Leo. That's gonna be my 3-party, and then the Renard was just sort of taking up space. Plus, he's got good abilities, so, you know, it's okay. Let's evaluate the one egg. I got a lot of dudes, yeah. Yep. This cutie has lots of power. And I hope it's a female. He says sometime to grow up, but Skullgons do not take long. It'll be somewhat resistant to enemy skills and spells. A boy? Sorry, but you're gonna have to bless that. 400! Fine. La 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 la. Well, Skullgon is... I don't have a use for these two at the moment, so to be honest, I'm not going to hatch them. I come up with something to do with an Evil Beast, fine, but I did before, and I did it with a Wing Slime. There's some options with those two, but I can power level them up 18 or so and not have to worry too much about it. So let's go and actually create. Let's hatch our Skullgon, and I probably am going to level up that plant guy that I have for no particular reason. He's already level 15, but he's got no skills because he did all his leveling in the garden. So I gotta throw him in there. Plus, it's okay to get more EXP for the Archdemon, and definitely more for the King Leo. King Leo can be used to make a bunch more enemies in the loop, like I mentioned. You can also make... he can be used to create another Archdemon, but I'm not going to. King Leo in himself is a good creature. I may synth him out to synth him back, you know, because to get more pluses, but he seems to be okay for right now, for where we're at in the game. I need to hatch my Skullgon. $70. Yep. And we've, of course, seen that before, and somebody is texting me. Ah. Okay. I'll have to talk to that person later. Skullgon +6 was born. Give it a name. Well... Skull... it's SK, but I like SKG, Skullgon, and... where's the fucking G? I can't look. Okay, G, and then it's a female. There we go. Want to name it Skullgon? Yes, I do. Want to take it with you? I'm going to have to. Okay. And I'll take the plant, but you guys aren't going to see my leveling up. I need to do that one more time, and then I can finally get my white. And then I'll take those 3 to the arena, and we'll finally progress with the story, so I'll see you in a minute. Skullgone is just a pleasure to level up. Let's look at it from this perspective. He was level 1, and the demon was only, what, level 18? And the time he got 1 level, I got 17 levels, and if you look at it this way, he still needs 2,300 to get to level 20, and I only need 1,600 to get to level 18. 1,700, basically. The plant's kind of fast at leveling up, too, so to speak, but the Skullgone, damn! I'm tempted to leave him as Skullgone. Now, his stats kind of suck because his agility is really low. But look at his strength. And he has good defense, too, actually. And, surprisingly, for undead, he's pretty damn intelligent. His gimp is his MP count and his agility. That's his real gimp. But since a lot of animals can be bred with Skullgone to give you Skullgone back, you could just keep leveling up Skullgones and getting tons of pluses on them. But I kind of want to see the white thing, so let's breed them. We've been honing up for this for a long time, so let's do it. Where's my Skullgone? That's it, right? Yeah. So, the Skullgone and the Spot King. I suspect White King +7 will be born. Yes. Let's wait for White King. It's probably a big white slime. I've been meaning for this. It is condensing my monster list, and I don't need this many monsters, so it's okay. So now I have a White King. And White Kings can be used to go back and forth between a bunch of enemies too. So it costs 80 to heal. Funny thing about them is that White Kings can go back to Skullgones by just morphing them with a dragon. So, and dragons are easy to get. Just give me a poison lizard. I mean, you know, that's actually a very interesting thing to note. So if I want more pluses on Skullgones, but I don't have any intention of probably doing that, but they also can be used to make king slimes and spot kings. I think Phoenix, I think lava men. These things are common creatures that are stupid, so I probably just should have kept him as Skullgone. But let's hatch him. It'll be a surprise on his gender too, so I don't mind, you know. Oop! White King! He's undead, I believe. I don't know, I don't know. Give it a name! I'm gonna be I King? IK? But it's a White King. Oh, because I. Yeah. But if I do White King, and then it's a female, so we'll just do female on that one. So White King female. Sure. Well, shouldn't I do a White Queen? Nah, not White King. We're good. Want a name? Yes. Shall I take him with me? Yes. Take good care of it. I wonder if that plant can do anything. I don't really want it, to be honest. Mad plant. I have a metal slime, but it can't really do much. What the hell is that? That's my King Leo. Metal slime. I think I've got plans for that. My Swordgone. They can make a gate guard, another Skullgone, and something else I don't really care about. Slimebore, gate guard. Yeah, those three. They're actually, now that I've gotten rid of my Renard, I had a tree I was going to progress in all the way, and then use him to get like Skullgone again or something. But I don't actually need Swordgone anymore. So maybe I could breed Swordgone with the slime and see what I get. The same gender? I didn't even notice. Oh, no wonder I still have these two. Okay. Well, I have my White King. I got my Leo. I have a female egg, don't I? Nope. Evil Beast. wing slime. Because I have no need for any of these two creatures, I probably could change the gender of one, hatch it, and then breed it with my plant and something and see what I can get, etc., etc. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I have a plan now. Sure. Anything else? Nope. I need to, get rid of that plant for my monsters, get my Leo, and continue on with the story finally. It's been 10 minutes in this and I'm just still breeding. Yes, the breeding part isn't that bad, but the grinding part is, and the tree is retarded. So many loops and circles. It'd be great if there were fewer, but have more creatures that would breed with their monsters to make themselves again. That way you can avoid the loops but continuously beef up one of your monsters as needed. That'd be fine, at least in my mind. But I've got all these dudes, plants and skullgons, etc., etc. Maybe I should do that in the next episode, or just off screen. Yeah. So for right now, I'm going to hatch one of these eggs as female, but I'm not going to do anything with it. Let's bless one of these eggs. I just don't know which one I want to mix with the plant or the dragon. I don't know. But since they're both male, let's do the wing slime. 550? Alright. Let's hatch it. Hatch. I love it when I keep saying hatch it, because hatch it... God, I get amused easily. Be right back. And we're back. Alright, I'm just gonna have the ditch plant and collect King Leo, but I've got to level him up a little bit first. So that's gonna take a little bit of time, and it's probably beneficial if I don't take my other characters with me. That way they can stay at a certain level, but actually, you know, it would be beneficial if I just take Leo as well. So we'll show that. Let's drop off my mad plant. Yes. Okay, let's pick up my King Leo. He's awesome. You know who he reminds me of? King Kilion. King Leo is considered a mini-boss or a minor boss in this game, so that's always fun. But at level 1 I don't think I'm going to complete the arena, but I will be able to complete the next area, so let's do that one. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to complete it. The episode might run a little long because I'm already at 13 minutes, and I probably need the whole time just to do this, and I spent the first half breeding. So if I go in here... Oh, fuck, I didn't buy enough items. Oh well. Let's do options, change order, King Leo, and Archdemon, and here we go, White King. An undead king. I remember those in Dragon Quest V, hanging around that mountain road that goes up and then down the other side. That was always fun. I know I need to get into some battles. This might be a tiny medal. Probably just 60 bucks though. 63. Cool. But you're gonna love the way these guys operate in battle. Especially that lion. He kicks ass. He doesn't have any major weaknesses. I probably should explore the level for items. But we're at 13 floors. And don't I want to get through... I haven't even gotten to one single encounter yet. And that's a little bit... Oh shit, this is a barrier floor. I know I was talking about barriers being too limited to take up a slot, but when you get to one of these floors, you do wish you had step guard. But again, it's only when you reach one of these floors. Other than that, you're like, I don't want step guard. My powerhouse for my demon is he's like more of the slasher type. Oh my god, these guys are weak in Dragon Quest V, and that little nest thing in Dragon Quest 4. Yeah, 4 on the left, 5 on the right. Stop spell. Yeah, thanks. Boom seems alright for a spell, but it's probably gonna outlive its usefulness. Maybe not. 7. Ouch, 39. White King, I don't have any regular herbs, but I do have some love water. His HP is low right now, so he needs to get some levels. Spells are always good on Sacker. And then the freaking apple. I think he was called Big Apple in Dragon Warrior 5. Now White King, alright, 8-8, 5-8, 15 intel. And he gets Infernos. Infernos, that's the wind spell. Heal. And heal. Good. Not all of my characters have heal. It's always a challenge to know which skills to keep and which to ditch. I gotta check to see if anyone has antidote, actually. Oh, another one of these battles. These are definitely annoying. Spells for those, yeah, without spells you probably won't destroy them in time because they seem to have over 100. Wind, Inferno, 17, 6, 15, yeah. He's attacking White King. Leave White King alone! What did he ever do to you? Ah, trust the AI. Here we go. Heals me up nicely. In the handheld DS remake of Dragon Quest V, you could get both apples, red and green, but there was no point. They both sucked. Frigid air. Where am I? Watch the exit be right over here. Nope, but some beef is. Some ribs. Nom nom. Since I'm not really in the habit of recruiting anymore, I've probably gotten monsters. Oh, Mad Pecker. I could breed him, but I breed for him to get him, but I didn't. He has no hit points. Wow. For a monster this late, no defense, no hit points. That's interesting. Maybe he's got really strong attacks. Maybe he attacks twice. Ow! That was 10 hit points. I'm gonna talk to this guy. I'm a master from Dead Tree. Let's fight. I did a quick save in case I get my ass handed to me, but I should be fine here. He'll cast Stop Spell. Yeah, and it's probably wise to do that. Stop Spell has a really good usage in battles like this. Blaze more, yeah. Now he's just working on physical attacks. Rain Slash. See how useful Rain Slash can be when you have a stronger character use it? So it's pretty good. White King is at level 4, 9939, and 20 intel. His intel's off the chart. He's leveling up pretty slow, though. Watch him give me a wing and a seed. Warp Wing and a Moon Herb. Last time I fought that type of avatar, he gave me a seed and a Warp Wing. He seems to always give a Warp Wing, though. The other item is random. Alright. There's the exit. Let's go down. It's been 5 minutes almost since we went in here. Oh, Priest, they restore you to full. Haha. In most imports of Dragon Warrior games, they censor the religious icons, but in the Game Boy version they kept the cross. It's a strange move. If you want to keep religious connotation in your game, go ahead, because in these games, God does exist. Unlike the real world, where we have no valid empirical evidence for the existence of a supernatural deity, in games there is evidence. They give you powers. Hell, if a god in our world did that, oh, call me a believer, man. Those snailies have me worried, because they usually have resistance to spells and they have high defense. Hopefully I can kill them. Let's find out. Well, I did kill the snailies. That's always a good thing. And would you please kill the apple? Take a big bite out of his ass. White King. With the amount of EXP, the other character, the Dragon, the Skullgon, he probably would be at 10 by now. Oh man, I don't want to fight you. You're taking up all of my juice. All of my MP. Boom! I am lacking in the department of offensive spells, but 2 of my characters actually now seem to be offensive when White gets up in level. Oh, wait a minute. When they defend, though, yeah, but I guess they can't just, their defense can't match my attacks, so that's cool. Oh, is that going to be some love water? Or some honeydew? Or I meant some tree dew. Honeydew. Why am I thinking about food? I just ate dinner a couple hours ago and I am not hungry. Anyway. Been over there. So, I always say so. It's always my conjunction between thoughts. A lot of people say and since I've trained myself to avoid that in a lot of situations. I will not say all of them. I'm guilty of saying that a lot still. But when I'm publicly speaking, this is a little different. This is on YouTube. I'm not on a mic. You guys can't see me. I'm just being myself. When I'm in public areas speaking, I tend to avoid oh, there you are. Quite a bit, which is good practice. Also, it's good practice to avoid like a lot. And when I say the word like, I usually catch myself and say, like what? It just bothers me that it gets on my tits when I do it. And it certainly gets on my tits when I hear someone use that. Is like a conjunction, or is it another part of speech? Because I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what it is. The fact that it gets used as a pause in the middle of incomplete thoughts bugs me. The stereotype Valley Girl, like, oh my god, it just does not propagate the use of the word like very well. Besides, are people, in my mind, this is not what I'm thinking of, are people so bent up on using similes but they forget exactly what a simile is? Using as or like? Yeah, I don't know. Everyone has their little idiosyncrasies and quirks about them, and pet peeves. Aha! Level 20. You're not really getting a lot of stat bonuses by attack. Ice Air becomes Ice Storm. KO Dance. Hustle. Ooh, Hustle! That's a heal skill, right? Restores between... Yes, I am keeping that. It's not the same as Heal All. Huh. Might want to keep that one. But Hustle's really good for support. Since my other characters have Heal, I might actually consider ditching this Heal All command for Hustle. KO Dance might be useful as well. By Attack is good. See, he has a lot of slashes. I can probably get rid of Sleep Air and probably Ice Storm because it just can't keep up. Yeah, I will ditch Ice Storm. It's a low-level magic spell now. I don't need it. So is Lightning, by the way. I just like the way it looks, though. Sleep Air. Hustle. I'm definitely wanting to keep that. So, Sleep Air. Yeah, I will ditch Sleep Air, even though it does have good support use. There's the I don't have the spell Antidote. I hope White King gets it, because I don't think anyone else has it. So, Heal All, Stop Spell, useful. But he doesn't tend to use Stop Spell, but White King tends to throw out Stop Spell a lot. Maybe I can get rid of Stop Spell for King Leo, who's not necessarily a support character so much as just a big badass who can heal. Again, maybe I should ditch Heal All. 7, but Hustle's 12. Actually, it's like Heal More on all 3 people, and Heal More was 5, so that's the equivalent of 15 MP gone down to 12. It does have its uses, but here's the again. But his AI doesn't lend itself very well to support. However, this is my brainstorming, and I've already wasted so much time doing this. I will get rid of Heal All. Yes. White King. And learn Bolt, a shitty spell. Especially for this late in the game. Where am I? Alright, let's go and get out of here. Let's just view my skills really quick. Curse Off, Heal All, Blaze More, Metal Cut, Bird Blow, Vivify, and Barrier. Yes, I hope he gets Antidote, because if he does... His predecessor did, but I told him to forget it for another spell, and I shouldn't have done that. Oh, a priest. Yay. I am a little boy. I totally went there. A Rogue Knight. They actually learned the heal spell. Lipsy is so dead. One shot. Stop spell. Good. Stop him from casting heal. I wonder if they can still call for help and get some healers in the party. Vacuum Slash, Curse. Oh, I do have Curse Off. And I just lost 19 hit points from a curse. Cursings do random things. Level 20. Low stats, but then again, as I promised, Restore Power, he'll remove the curse for me. I do have an animal, or a beast, a demon, and an undead right now. Info. Yeah, his plus is only 2. That's why his stats suck when I level him up. But to be fair, he's still lapping the competition when it comes to attack and defense and stuff. But these guys should catch up very quickly because of their pluses. Although, again, in the fact, it did say, without, like, plus 10... Like plus 10? Yes, because I don't actually know if it was 10 or not. But you need a lot of pluses for it to be highly beneficial. I mentioned that in another episode, but it does seem to be helping, though. Alright. Battle Cry. Didn't seem to do much. I did get rid of things like Psych Up, so we can't, Psych Up for next attack, or Charge Up, because, yes, it does massive damage the next turn. I believe... There's the again. I need to stop saying there's the again. It does, I believe, do more damage than 2 attacks, so your net DPR is higher. But I believe I would appreciate more damage per round than that specific blow. Although for bosses, that is useful, because you don't really care so much about individual rounds so much as overall DPR. I must take the hit. White, you should be learning Step Guard, and your leveling up is way too slow. But we're good. Should have no problems killing these guys. Rain Slash! And you guys are so screwed. 165. If there's too much of a dead time between my commentary, I gotta do 20 damage points. Then sometimes YouTube says this has copyrighted content. Make sure all the content is yours. Because it'll register the music. Oh god, 30? Ugh. Okay. I wonder if I can do Hustle. Can I? Only in battle. Okay. Well, you're not using MP. So... throw Heal All out there. Actually, I don't even need to use MP, because I still have a bunch of Love Waters. Let's use one. I usually stock up on these. It was not Love Water, but herbs for a while, until I got smart. And I didn't really care so much about the money. I haven't cared about money in a while, but I haven't been buying anything, and I'm pretty sure sirloins are never for sale. And or if they are, they're late in the game sale, and they're 1,000 to buy. I know they are, because the shops in the dungeons that pay full price for items pay 1,000 for them. So it would be expensive. Getting 1,000 gold isn't exactly that easy in this game. I've been playing for how many hours now? Oh, about 20, and... oh, hello. Too bad you can only use him once. Well, you can only use him once because he heals you and then there's no encounters on this floor, and you may say, well then I could heal and then use him again, but it'd be great to keep him on reserve, put him in your back pocket and whip him out. Whip a priest out when you need him. I am at level 7 of 13 and we're approaching the 28.5 minute mark. In fact, we're just there. That's fine. That is totally fine. I believe since we got all our MP back, we're in much better shape. We're over halfway through this dungeon. If I find the hole, I will fall down it. It makes you wonder spatially how these are situated in this world. You know they're not just towers. So those holes are just warp zones between locations. And this is a very strange world because you don't actually... level 7. 10, 10, 5, 10, 18. Holy shit. Yeah, he's suffering in the intel department, that's for sure. I'm not intel, sorry. Agility. Sorry. But I only had about 98 agility with the Zombone anyway. I believe they were called Zombones in one version of the game. Skullgons. Skullgons, I believe, in Dragon Warrior 3. Maybe Zombone is a different enemy altogether. Or maybe Zombone is from a different game altogether. Actually, I think that's correct. I believe Zombone might have been a boss in Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Someone correct me if I am wrong. Oh, more of these. Uh-oh, sackers. You guys are probably hearing my tapping. This... yeah, sorry about that. I have it on the fastest speed, but hitting the button does tend to make it go faster, so I do it a lot. Perhaps I should replace the word so with thus. That way I always have a better word to use. It would just be what? It would just be a different word, and you would pick up on it instead of so. And can I please find the hole? Yes, insert she joke. I do not want to go that way. That, my friend, is 50 damage. I am not looking forward to that at all, considering my white king. And it could be a trap, as in it's a dead end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That fucking sucked, man. There. Ugh. Well, it wasn't a trap per se, but I know I have the MP to spare, so I won't harp too badly on it. But too bad lowering defense has no effect on spells. Alright, I can use some love water on ADM. I know it's Archdemon male, but it looks like Adam, so that's Adam. And I believe he's my endgame monster. I might have to loop him around to get an Archdemon again to get more pluses, which means more level grinding. But if I find a good metal location, that'll be a non-issue, right? Right, guys? Oh, I could have gone up and around longer, but one less barrier. And there's the hole. What floor am I on again? 7. Yes, I knew it. 8. Only 5 more floors to go. Actually, if I count this one, 6. Would you stop giving me the barrier floors? You're like, oh, step guard. Shut up. The floor generation is random, so you can't be guaranteed to keep getting barriers. Now, someone might correct me on that and say, no, there are specific dungeons in which there are a lot of barriers, like maybe 60% of the time or something to that effect, and then you can just avoid those, but you might not be able to avoid those. They might be in special dungeons. Remember that guy who asked for a monster who cast Fireball up in the tree area? I never went into that gate. I'm guessing that's an optional gate, but I should probably do that. And there's the hole. That could have been a tiny metal. Screw it. I don't care. I'm trying to get through this, and it's already past 30 minutes. Another priest. God, these priests are all over the place. They must have heard there's a 5-year-old boy here. You know it. You know it, and I know it. Speaking of priests, the new pope, he's no better than the old one. So just so you know, another barrier. I believe it's always a barrier floor if it's purple brick. Watch it be over there. The fucking hole. Crunch, crunch. I do not enjoy that one bit. Ooh, I had one of those eyes. Twice, actually. And he's casting upper. That is not good. Well, we should be able to kill him before he gets too much defense. Yeah, I don't know how many defense it takes per point negation. 5? 6? 4? These are the kind of... This is the type of data that should be available to the player via in-game information, or via the manual, and the manual never tells you things like this. The specifics that gamers like me are interested in. Many versions of Dragon Warriors didn't even tell you what specific defense items did. Oh, it's a mimic! That's okay, I should be able to kill it relatively easy. It does have the defeat spell, but we have the stop spell. But actually, if I just have no effect... No, I have that one cut, cross cut. And it does massive damage to constructs, and he's a construct. But apparently we didn't get a chance to use it, he's dead anyway. Surprisingly, Mimic gets up. No, if I threw a sirloin at it, I probably could have gotten it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the priest, yeah. He's from Argentina, originally. An Argentine-Italian. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. He was against gay marriage and gay adoption, but Argentina passed the law anyway. So we just substitute one old white bigoted male for another old white bigoted male, so there's no difference in popes. And 1.2 billion people will support him. Okay, enough politics. Skills. You, heal all. Throw him down there. Skill, heal all. There we go. Perfect. And I do like how King Leo is doing the hustle. Well, with 4 legs and 4 arms, he would probably be very good at it. Oh, it's the last place I look. Just happened to be over there to the right. And I was debating on whether it would be there or not. Apparently Babbles are strong in this game because they're located in the, what, 12th dungeon of the game? Well, anyway. They're usually the 5th or 6th enemy you encounter. Level 8. All this EXP and only 8 levels. Twin Slash. He's going to get a lot of offensive attacks. Yikes. I know, that's 50 damage, and is it less over here? Yes, it is. It's 20 over here. Not that I liked that, by the way. We're at 35 minutes. Okay. Let's get through this. You and I both can get through this. We're good. And I want to do this because this is part of the story. And the last 4 episodes has just been monsters. Monsters. Oh, they did say it would take a lot of breeding. I haven't gotten any really decent level ups, though, from anyone. Really? It's not there either? I have to go down from here? Yeah. Oh, look! I got attacked on the barrier square. You know what that means? You don't take 10 damage. Yes. Do the hustle! Do the hustle! Alright, we're good. Frigid Air. It's a very, very weak spell. Come on. Are you guys going to turn red on us? The ability for the eyes to turn red in Dragon Warrior 4 was okay, but they did it like right before they got killed, so it was almost pointless. And look, there's more to this dungeon too. You know, just for shits and biscuits, let's go peek out and see if there's an item. Nope. Considering this is the last part of this floor anyway. Beef, I don't care about it. Beef was the only way to get monsters to level up in Final Fantasy Legend. There was humans, monsters, mutants. There's the again. I can't remember the other races. Humans leveled up normal. Mutants didn't require anything specific to level up. They leveled up on their own or something. And monsters required stronger meats. And if you gave them the wrong meat or a weaker meat, they would go to a weaker monster. It was really annoying. You'd have to play Final Fantasy Legend. You really did need a meat list of which ones were stronger than the other ones. And I never had it. I didn't think to check game facts at the time I bought the game. My friend borrowed it from me, though, and played it for a while. He borrowed Legend 1 and 2 from me. And I enjoyed them. I enjoyed hearing his rants about them, and I played Legend 1 a little bit. But I think I played 5 or 6 hours of it before I got bored of it, or before I just found another game. And if a game can't keep my interest enough for me to play because I find a new game and then I just don't care about the other game, then whatever. Why would you stop spell a babble? Look, we're poisoned, dumbass. I don't have Squelch because my fucking white won't level up and I don't have an antidote herb. This is poopy. Nap, Twin, Infernos, Heal. God. If I'd known he was going to level up this slowly. Ouch. Is that antidote herb? Herb. I said herb. Nope, but it's a World Leaf. I could let him die and res him. How about that? That way he won't be poisoned anymore. But it's Adam! You don't want to do that to Adam, do you? Well, kinda. Poison is annoying during combat. However, poisoning the enemies isn't as upsetting as them poisoning you, so it doesn't do enough damage per round for it to be that viable unless combat goes about 10 rounds. Then it's worth a couple of hits, but you just don't care at that point. Oh, a nut! I can do a nut. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Did I catch the monsters off guard or something? Pi squared or 2 squared or something? Yeah. That was a Beavis and Butthead skit. Yeah, I don't remember what episode. I didn't watch Beavis and Butthead hardly at all as a kid. However, I did watch a few episodes that my friend poked me into. He liked Beavis and Butthead. And after I saw a few episodes, it didn't really catch my interest that much, and I never saw Beavis and Butthead Do America in movie theaters. I did buy it on a DVD for a discounted price later. No, wait, did I buy it or did I just watch it online? Yeah, I don't remember which. I need to check my DVD, but they're all packed up. Mystic Nuts! Oops. Info! Who needs it the most? White right now. Only because he levels up so fucking slow. I mean, look at his level! He's 8! And how much EXP does he have? 6,900. Of course, you're at 32,000 and 18,000, but never mind that now. I will use it on him. There we go. 5 more MP. For your enjoyment, and of course, I'm still hurting from poison. I'm very close to the end, though. Can I please find a priest in this dungeon right on this floor who says I'll heal you if you beat me? That would be great. The priest will make me feel better if I beat him. Yeah, that's just missing one word to be totally dirty. And I am an incorrigible person. Yes, with an I and a C-O-R-R, incorrigible. I pronounce it wrong sometimes. I sometimes pronounce it incorrigible, but it's incorrigible. As a kid, I thought it was incorrigible, and because of that, I believe that it meant you encouraged other people. Yeah, I was a dumb kid. Oh, I know this floor. Yay! Crunch. You don't change locations. You do get MP back when you slide on this floor. Yet you can still get attacked on this type of floor, unlike Dragon Warrior 4 where you couldn't. Yet you don't seem to lose, you don't seem to get poison damage when you're on this slippery, so there is a benefit to this. Yay! Stop spell! I'm not sure what spells they have, but I don't really want to find out. Sleep attack is useful. And I am poisoned. What have we learned today? Well, we've learned that White Kings level up too slow. And what else? We've learned that you can get Skullgons by not doing much of anything, and I should have probably just gone to the right instead of taking this side. I always make this mistake. I always take the scenic route around this town. This floor. Yeah, this is for your benefit too, guys. This is the long way. Yeah, you can just travel from... Usually, if they start you in the open area, you can go down to the right and skip this entire, you know, hustle and bustle crap. Oh, no, this is the way to do it. There's 2 versions of this floor. This is just the one that you go all the way around. Alright. Oh, this is that music again that I can't place. Sounds like almost the Watts music from a Final Fantasy game, yeah. 51 bucks. Yeah, it does kind of sound like a Watts music. I'm not saying this was ever the music that Watts had, but it's similar in tune. It's a jolly little tune. Jolly? Jolly. I'm surrounded in illusions. My accuracy has been dropped 60-something%. But with magic spells, it doesn't make a difference. And my White Knight, my White King, he is pretty much, well, since he's undead, if he blows out cold breath from his mouth, every time I think of an undead, a lich or something, vampire, maybe not so much vampires, but other undead, their breath has to be horrendous. And I can never get around that. Never get around thinking that. Ouch! 40 fucking damage. It's just something in it. Something makes me cringe when I think of an undead really close to me. Because he doesn't really have breath so much as rotting flesh. Because undead don't need to breathe. Any air he passes through is strictly in reflex to groan. Now, speaking of undead zombies, most zombies can't swim, but there are exceptions to that rule. They just walk under the water. However, you'd think the pressure would get to them. Kind of incinerate their flesh by smushing it if they were just to keep walking in the ocean. And I think about these things when the power goes out and I got nothing else to do. I sometimes read books. Oh, nice. Now 2 of us are poisoned. Can we go for all 3? Now, wouldn't that just be fantastic? I think it would. Hell yeah. Let's have everyone lose about 10 HP every round and 1 HP every 6 steps. Now we're covered in illusions. But it has no effect on White Knight because he has some resistances. And I haven't leveled up in a very long time. Can I please find the hole? It's probably over there to the right. I have explored all of this. Oh wait, I haven't gone down from there, have I? Yes, I have. Damn it. I am not a happy camper at this moment in time. I should have stocked up on antidotes. That would have made me happier. Ouch. I gotta do 20 more damage. Now, why couldn't you have attacked me one more step in the future? I would have avoided 10 points of damage. But no. You had to be a little tired monkey and do this specifically so I would lose more hit points. I just might kill you in 1 round. Then again, my White King has really low agility, so he's probably not... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 11 and 9, yeah, that sucks. Would you stop that and just attack? Ah, finally I get a level up. White King, learn antidote, please. No such luck. Crunch, crunch. And then we get poisoned. Crunch. Yep, there's the hole. Let's get out of here. Oh, mummy! I haven't encountered them yet. This is my first opportunity to see them. I hope Blazemore will kill them in 1 hit, but it doesn't. However, they are dead. I'm glad White King attacked. Thank you. I'm going to save state just because if I get screwed, I want to know why. Oh, it's the theater on Dragon Warrior 4. And we have a performer. Okay, do I happen to have a potion? Yes. There we go. Do I have another potion? Pork chops, moon herbs, ribs, love water. Nope. Just some world dew and stuff. I'm gonna use a love water and another love water. I could probably use skills, but I want to preserve my MP. I didn't need to do that, but I did it anyway. Let's talk to this guy. Look at my cool steps, bro! Can I go up? Nope. Why don't you dance with me? This isn't dancing, this is fighting. Alright, let's see what you got. I have the hustle. Alright. Twin Slash. Blazemore. Oh, this guy is getting his ass kicked. 20, and he is sent to sleep, and I'm poisoned. Holy crap. All I need is a crit, and that'll be the icing on the cake. Frigid Air. Just bitch slap him. Well, whatever. He wakes up, and 1 more fire. When that morphs to Blaze Most, I'll be happy. That's why I kept the Blaze spell. It's a really strong single-target spell. Although, I did sacrifice it in one of my characters. Oh, this guy has way too many hit points. Then again, it would be too easy if he didn't go at least 10 rounds. Do the hustle! Alright, we're good. Bird Blow, yes, that's a good attack, because he happens to be of the bird family. I think this guy, 15 and 9? Are you going up in damage poison? There's Boom. Maybe Boom will be viable, like, forever, but I don't know. Good thing you can sleep bosses. That's always fun. Okay, you're dead. Do I get to... Yes! You get to join my party. I don't even need Funky Bird. Yes. Give Funky Bird a name. Funk. Okay. Yes. Now you can go back to the garden. You're a great dancer. Well, I did the hustle a few times, and here comes this tard. Did you enjoy dancing? Well, let's go back. 50-minute mark. It's just in case you didn't know. An hour episode, damn. Well done! You defeated the Funky Bird. I will call you Funky Zen. No, please don't. Please don't. Go be busy in the back and leave me alone. Am I talking to them? Yes, I've already talked to the Metal Man. Yes, yes. Oh, I swapped your magazines for you because the old ones were way too sticky. Just so you know. And it's this month's issue anyway, so it's more they're more up to date. The group orgy page is a lot better. It's not so faded, you know. All right, guys. That's enough of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've got more story elements to do, more arena to do, probably a little bit of off-screen grinding, breeding, just to eliminate some space in my menagerie. Other than that, I don't think I want to recruit anymore for a while. Alright, see you later.